Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Thursday, June 13th, 2024. Let's find out what's going on the economic calendar. Overnight data were not that much important whatsoever, except the data from the Australia. We got the employment change, full employment change, and unemployment rate. It looks like the data from Australia are better than expected, with the unemployment rate falling from 4.1% to 4% as expected. The other data for today are from the Eurozone. Industrial production is scheduled for this at 11 o'clock, and at the same time the ECB Lane and the Guidos will give some kind of speeches. The key event of today, US PPI and initial jobless claims are scheduled for this at 2:30. The market participants expect the PPI to decrease from 0.5% to 0.1%, and the initial jobless claims to decrease from 229,000 to 225,000. Another speech from the ECB official. Schnabel will give a speech at 3:30. Then, 5 minutes later, Bank of Canada Deputy Governor Kozycki will give a speech as well. Some speeches are still ahead of us. FOMC member Williams' speech is scheduled for this at 6 o'clock, together with the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. And 1 hour later, another Bank of Canada Governor McKellen will give a speech as well. 10:30. The last event of today is the Fed balance sheet data release. So pretty much quiet London session and some kind of data releases, important data releases from the economical perspective from the USA. So let's just find out what's going on the markets. We'll start with the euro dollar because of the yesterday's Fed's interest rate decision. As you can see, the 4-hour chart of the euro dollar is showing us an increase in price of the euro dollar. We went higher towards the level of 1.0853, and this will be the technical resistance for us. So this will be that level. There you go, 1.0853, and of course we can still label the swing high at 1.0917. Nevertheless, we just retraced lower as the engulfing pattern was made at the top of this move. So what do we see here is the situation where the market is back towards the technical support. Now the technical support is located at 1.0804. So this is the level that we would like to test, and eventually this level would mean that the situation of the US dollar is still in favor of the bulls, because we got the very nice breakout to the upside. Now we've made a local high and then a reverse to test the technical support that used to be a resistance. Let me just zoom out a little bit here, because as you can see, this trend line doesn't actually work very well for us, so it doesn't actually help us. But maybe this one will give us some other clues about what is going on here. So let me just take a look at the situation here once again. We got the new trend line connected to the level of 1.0720. Nice movement to the upside. As you can see, there was a technical resistance. We hit technical resistance perfectly, 1.0707 on 0853. We pulled back. Momentum is still positive, and it's now testing the level of 50 on the RSI 4-hour chart. So the outlook remains bullish ahead of the US data for the euro dollar. Next target for the bulls is 1.0902 and then 1.0917. What about the US dollar to the Japanese yen? As per yesterday, doesn't actually change it, because we spoke about it yesterday. We almost we dipped quite substantially towards the level of 155.73, and then bullish engulfing back above 50, back above 100 periods moving average, and now we are getting closer to the yesterday highs at 157.41. So it looks like bulls are in charge, back in charge of the US dollar to the Japanese yen. Momentum is positive upside is expected for the US dollar to the Japanese yen. What about the S&P 500 after the yesterday's interest rate decision and the Fed's situation? New all-time high. 5,000. Let me just take a look. 5,446. I think that's the new all-time high. Let me check it out. There you go. And the market is still, even if we move towards the daily time frame chart, we can clearly see that this market is still in the uptrend. Nothing, let's say nothing can stop it for now at least. Extremely overbought market conditions on a daily time frame chart. Let's switch to weekly if we can to see the extremely oversold conditions. No, not that much possible. So let's just go back to the daily with S&P 500. Let me just switch back to the S&P 500 and the day 4-hour chart. Okay, so extremely overbought on 4-hour chart. S&P 500X extremely overbought on daily time frame chart. S&P 500 is these levels here. It looks like a good level to take some profits off the table and start the decrease or pullback. 5,375 is the technical support. 5,349 is another technical support. So those are the nearest one, and we need a decisive breakout below in order to put the bears into the chart. So any kind of a channel here, let's just take a look. Maybe something like this. Looks quite okay for the channel. So this is a standing channel. The market keeps moving higher inside of the channel. So if we out of the channel, then the situation might change in favor for bears. For now, it still looks quite good. All-time high. Extremely overbought conditions, maybe some kind of a pullback down, and then up we go. What about the US dollar index? The US dollar index has been rejected from the level of 105.43. Then we got a very nice rebound. However, we are still below the intraday technical resistance, 105.15. But the bulls are trying to get back on their feet and move above the 100 periods moving average. So the outlook for the US dollar index is still uncertain because the upside was rejected, downside wasn't hit yet. Right? So what we can say is like we are in the middle of the range. Nothing is happening here. Nothing serious, nothing substantial is happening here. So it's quite hard to say what is going on here on the US dollar index. We are going up, we are going down from the extremely overbought conditions to the extremely oversold conditions. So we need to wait to see what is going on the US dollar index. We are back almost there where we started yesterday, but very important information is that there is no breakout to the upside. So maybe that's the clue for the further analysis. And for our chart of the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is apparently trying to break out higher, right? We made a local high at $70,000, and now we are back in trading below 68,000. On the 4-hour chart, the current situation of the Bitcoin looks rather bearish, then bullish. The recent rejection from this level here, 71,960, is rather bearish. The supports has been tested, and as you can see, very nice bounce to the upside was made. However, that's not enough for the bulls. They should attack the trend line and move higher if they want to succeed. Any new low below June 11 low, 65,991, would change the outlook for the more bearish than bullish, as the market would likely from that level would go towards 63,000, 64,000 area. No decisive breakout, no decisive movement on the Bitcoin just yet. Support is now tested, and there was a substantial bounce from this support. We will see how the market will react on the other news or on the other developments on the other markets as well. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.